Three University of Western Ontario scientists are part of a new research project investigating the role of vaccines in dealing with cancer. Scott Ross reports the Terry Fox Foundation granted $3.5 million in funding for the project through the National Cancer Institute of Canada.
Robarts research up at UWO once again making news, this time thanks to a grant from the Terry Fox Foundation funding a new project involving vaccines to fight cancer. Part of the $3.5 million in funding will now have a huge impact right here in London, part of a promising new cancer immunotherapy program.
So the concept of a cancer vaccine is that cancer cells are different from normal cells, and as such they are recognized by the immune system as being different. And there are proteins expressed by cancer cells that are different from normal proteins. And these proteins have been shown to be immunogenic, and therefore if you target a vaccine to these immunogenic cancer proteins, you can in theory make a vaccine to them.
Doctors Greg Decaban, Pat O'Connell and Paula Foster collectively are all responsible for the success in this program, all having specialized in specific fields of medicine. What's very unique about this therapy is that the vaccine will in no way compromise the immune system, and two, it doesn't blanket the system, rather it's trained to target specific cells.
These vaccines that have been tried, cancer vaccines that have been tried so far, have all been shown to be extremely safe. So they don't come with any of the traditional side effects of chemotherapy or radiation therapy that are normally used. Having said that, I think that the cancer vaccines will be used in combination with other traditional cancer therapies, chemotherapy or radiation therapy. It may be a standalone, but more likely it'll be used in combination with other therapies at the same time.
Decaban also notes that these vaccines are about 7 years from public use, providing research goes well. Although optimistic, the research is still very new.
The stage that cancer vaccines are in is in the stage of clinical trials. So every cancer is different. So breast cancer is different from bladder cancer, which is different from colon cancer, and so the vaccines for these different kinds of cancers will be different. And so in a way, personalized medicine really comes into play with respect to developing a vaccine tailor-made for each individual. And that's our approach is really focused on trying to do that personalized vaccine approach for people with different kinds of cancer.
And because of the complexity, one of the biggest goals is to minimize damage.
The idea of using a vaccine is I do no harm, or it does no harm. And so we have to give it in a way that's highly safe and yet effective, but it can't do harm. That's the whole premise behind a vaccine.
At Robarts Research, Scott Ross, First Local.